Painters USA Paint School 101. Today's topic, doors. So today we're going to talk about the proper way to paint a door. Now there's three options when painting a door in terms of application. You can either spray it with an airless sprayer, which we're not going to do today. You can roll on the paint, or you can brush it. And for today's application, we're going to be brushing this door. And this is your basic 6-panel wood grain door. One thing to note about that is when you're brushing it, it's really important that you brush with the grain of the wood. So if you want to come over here, there's a couple things we want to make sure we have before we get started. Number one, you want to make sure you have your tools. Down here you got a cut can, so it's an empty bucket, so you can put some paint down in there. Obviously you have to have your paint. And typically for these applications, most people will go with a white or off-white latex, interior latex paint. The sheen's going to be a semi-gloss. Typically people don't put flat on there. When you add a sheen, you're able to clean it and it looks nicer. So, but for today we're going to use a gray color so you can see the contrast between the white door and the gray color. Second thing you're going to have obviously is a brush. Now this is just a 2.5-inch angle brush, and it's made for latex paints. So don't get that confused if you're at the store by getting an oil-based brush. We won't go into depth with that tonight, but just want to make sure that you pick out a nylon polyester brush, or you can ask the store representative, which brush will be right for what you're doing. Got a little special tool here. This is our 5-in-1. Just helps us open the paint can. So very, very easy. Just lift the can off there, the lid, and put a little bit of paint down into your bucket. For this one door, we're not going to need a whole lot. So this is what we call our setup. So we're going to get our setup ready. And even before we start putting the paint on, there's also a couple other things that we're going to want to do. So I got the paint ready. We're almost ready to go. And just for the sake of time, I already did a little bit of prep work here. So got the doorknob. I masked it off just to make sure I don't get any paint on the nice hardware. And also, we're in a warehouse right now, but if you're in a house, you're going to want to have some sort of plastic or a drop cloth down. Make sure you're not getting it on a nice hardened floor or carpet. So already got that there ready for you. So I'm just going to grab the paint here and we'll be on our way. So with a 6-panel door, there's a couple ways to do it. Now my preferred method is number one, we're going to paint these first. These are called the panels. So we're going to paint all of those first. Secondly, we're going to paint what are called the rails. The rails are the horizontal pieces that run across. All right? And third, we're going to paint what are called the stiles. And these vertical pieces are the stiles. Now that just helps you stay organized when you're painting a door. And using a brush is a little bit slower process, but with a wooden door that has the grain, it actually turns out to be the nicest. Because as your brush marks will follow the grain of the wood, and it'll leave a nice finish for you. So, when you start painting here, like I said, we're going to start with the panels. And you just want to work the paint into the corners. Make sure there's a nice even coat. Now, since we're painting gray over white, more than likely, we're going to have to do 2 coats. And that's okay. And with this type of paint, you're going to want to give enough sufficient time to make sure that paint dries. Because if you try to put a coat of paint over another coat of paint that's wet, you have a couple issues. But it's very simple. Get down in the corners and finish off your brush strokes along with each piece. So on these longer sides here, get those nice brush marks along with the wood grain. Okay guys, so just in the interest of time, I went ahead and started painting the rest of the door here, but I just wanted to close here with a couple things. Once again, you want to make sure that as you're brushing the paint on the door that you're following the grain of the wood. So, like I said, you want to do the panels first, then the rails, then the stiles. And I kind of work my way from top to bottom, so I'm just finishing up here at the bottom of the door. So I'm finishing up here with this last rail, And then my last few brush strokes here will be up and down on the side panels, or the side rails here. So one little last bit here, and just kind of gives you an idea of the process of painting a 6-panel door, a 6-panel wood door. And hope you guys learned a little bit of something, and look for us on the next one. Thanks a lot.